All right, welcome to Through the Bible in a Year. We're working on Job, and we're on day 9 of our Bible read through. This is Job 21 through 23, and I like this little back and forth. We're going to get into the third round of replies from Job's friends. So 22 is Eliphaz speaks about Job's wickedness and is great about how he is wicked. That's 22. We're going to go back to 21. Very short little chapter here. And then we've got Job's reply, where is God? But first, let's go back up to 21. I like how this starts out. So Job replies, the wicked do prosper. This is that classic, sort of the good guys finish last type argument. And in many ways, if that's like that resonates with you, this can definitely seem true. Here's how it starts out. Then Job answered and says, and now again, this is in reply to the previous argument from Zophar. And a lot of times they've been talking past each other, especially Job's three friends, not really recognizing his pain or his hurt or what's going on. Here's what Job says, the wicked do prosper is the heading. Now keep in mind, these headings, the chapters and the numbers were added later to help us organize the Bible. They're not original to the letter of Job or to the book of Job. So just take that in stride. So you have that in your head. Here's 21. Then Job answered and said, keep listening to my words, and let this be your comfort. Bear with me, and I will speak. And after I have spoken, mock on. So a little bit of bravado coming from the sort of downtrodden Job. As for me, is my complaint against man? Why should I not be impatient? Look at me and be appalled, and lay your hands over your mouth. When I remember, I am dismayed, and shuddering seizes my flesh. Why do the wicked live, reach old age, and grow mighty in power? Their offspring are established in their presence, and their descendants before their eyes. That one hits hard because Job's children have been killed. Their houses are safe from fear, and no rod of God is upon them. Their bull breeds without fail, their cow, calves, and does not miscarry. They send out their little boys like a flock, and their children dance. They sing to the tambourine and the lyre, and rejoice in the sound of the pipes. They spend their days in prosperity, and in peace they go down to Sheol. And we discussed Sheol in a previous video. They say to God, depart from us. So they don't want any part of God. These are the wicked. Why do we desire the knowledge of your ways? What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit do we get if we pray to him? Behold, is not their prosperity in their hand? The counsel of the wicked is far from me. And so if you've ever gone through times of trouble, if you've ever gone through strife, especially, many watching these videos are younger folks in school, students, and you go through this. You see the wicked prosper. You see if you do good, you're going to finish last or you're not going to get whatever. And Job really is speaking to this. He's struggling through this. And then he answers back, how then will you comfort me with empty nothings? There is nothing left of your answers but falsehood. And so Job wants those real answers, answers that can only come from God. Why do we suffer? Why does evil happen? Why has this happened to me? Why have I come to this state in my life? And Job's crying out to God in pain and in anguish, but he never blasphemes God. He never turns against God. He does question because he wants answers, and he questions because he knows God is the one who has the answer. And way back in Job 9, he even knows that he needs a mediator to stand between him and God so that he can make his case. Anyway, just moving on, we've got 22 with Eliphaz. And he says this, can a man be profitable to God? Actually, let's jump over to the commentary. It's got a nice little introduction here, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. And then we'll move on to the day 10 video, which will be excuse me, my lights turned out. My lights turned out. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so let's read this introduction, then we'll kind of wrap this video up, and we will move on to day 10 in the next video. So Job, looking at 21 through 34, verse 1 through 34, this speech is unusual for Job on several accounts. It is the only one in which he confines his remarks to his friends and does not fall into a soliloquy or a prayer. The time has come to demolish their positions. Secondly, in making this counterattack, Job reviews a lot of the preceding discussions, and you'll find a lot of cross references about what has already been said. These are valuable to guide you through your interpretation when they can be discovered, those cross references. Thirdly, by quoting their words and refuting them, Job comes the closest in this chapter to a formal debate with his friends. While his words are still quite emotional, there is less invective in them. So he's not like evoking his passions as much. He's kind of just answering these arguments. And then we move on to 22 through 26, and this is the third round of speeches. And we've already observed that the steady progress cannot be traced through the dialogue. There's considerable amounts of repetition and some backtracking in these speeches. But regardless of that, there is a critical moment. In the first cycle, the friends are content to talk about generalities without venturing to apply their understandings directly to Job. But in the second round, the main theme is the fate of the wicked, and Job's point of view comes into open contradiction with the point of view of his friends. This is why at the beginning of Job, you sort of kind of side with the friends, and you're like, well, they're not necessarily wrong. And then as these arguments get dialed down and dialed down, you see the lack of wisdom in the friends. Their friendship deteriorates from this point on. The interference from Job's resemblance to the state of the wicked, so he looks like he's being punished by God for being wicked. They can't get past that. They think he must be a sinner. Once they reach that point, there's no further dialogue and the discussion kind of stops. So this is where we'll see that all the way through 26. All right. Enjoy reading Job. There's a lot of powerful stuff here, a lot of deeply personal stuff. If you're not a follower of Jesus, reading Job really dials into that problem of evil and am I going to follow Jesus? Is he all I need? The answer is yes, but you've got to discover that yourself as Job discovers, and Job's happy to help you walk through that. So that's been our day 9 reading, 21 through 23. I'll drop a read through of the day 10 reading, and I hope this has been helpful to you. We'll catch you guys next time.